my ground beef eggplant casserole is out of the oven. Here's what it looks like. Let me show it to you. Looks pretty on the top. Now the recipe says that if members of your family are less than enthusiastic about eggplant, chances are good that you can change their minds with ground beef eggplant casserole. Alright, I'll find out. Let me get a piece of eggplant. There's the eggplant in there. And the ground beef and it's a little bit juicy. The eggplant's just falling apart, so you're not even going to know it's in there. It's hot. Let me take a bite. You can see my plate or not. Here goes. You know, I wouldn't want it all the time, but it's not bad. That eggplant just kind of all mushed up, and when you stir it all up, you don't even know what's in there. If my husband likes it, though, that's what counts. One more bite, because it's not bad. I'm actually surprised. That's going to be our lunch. I think I'm going to get him some green beans and another dish. And I still got pineapple pie for dessert. I'd make it again. I wouldn't make it all the time, but I'd make it again. Alright, I'm out of here, and I'll share the recipe and how I done it with you after this introduction. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm going to try to feed the flock. And you know, I have to feed the flock with what I have sometimes. So I've got this eggplant that I still haven't cooked. But I did find a recipe that I'm going to try in this old Great Home Cooking in America by the editors of Farm Journal magazine. And it's ground beef eggplant casserole. Now it has eggplant and it has rice, which are not my husband's favorite thing, but you know, I'm going to cook it and he can at least eat the ground beef if he can't eat the eggplant. Now it wants me to peel this eggplant and cut it in 1-inch slices. So I'm not sure exactly how I want to do that, but it serves 6. You can't see me, but I'm going to cut it in 6 slices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to do like that. So we'll pretty much I'll call each one of these pieces a serving. Does that sound like a plan? And it wants me to brown it, so I'm going to heat up this oil here so I can brown it. I'm going to do it with my paring knife. And I've sliced it, so I'm just going to peel that off. This is a new recipe for me, but I just hated to throw the eggplant out without trying it. Let's go ahead and let that get a little hotter. This is the way I'm peeling. I guess you could have peeled it first, but this just seemed just as easy to me. To slice it like I wanted it and then peel it. And I did see, when I was researching, I saw some recipes where you could cube it and do different things. And I rolled some in cornmeal and fried little thin pieces of it. But this is my last one, so we're going to try a new recipe. There's my 5. I want one more, don't I? Let's get one more piece off that, and that'll be 6. not sure if that looks good or not. I may not use that after all. I may just use 5 pieces. Alright, I'm going to put it in the oil. Scoot this bag. I got this new induction burner here. I'm making a mess. And I'm trying to learn to use it, and sometimes I'll get a pot and it won't work. It won't be the right, they all won't fit. I'm going to brown them. Let's see, get a fork or something. Well, spatula will turn them. Maybe I should have had a little bit more oil. I put a little oil in there, but I'm not sure if I put enough. They're getting hot though. Just bear with me. We'll get lunch. We'll get it. Get rid of some of that stuff. I'm going to put just a little bit more oil in there. Let them brown. My package of hamburger was a little more than a pound, so I save a little dab of it for something else. Scoot them around a little bit. Is that not devil? Is all my oil running one way or the other? It looks like it's soaking it all up. Is that what it's supposed to do? Let's put this last one down in there. Put a little more oil. Because it just looks awful dry and smoky to me. I thought I would like this induction burner, but I'm not sure if I do or not. It just seems like it goes to smoking up my food sometimes and smoking up the house. Maybe if I was just boiling in it and not trying to fry, maybe it'd work better. And it just soaked all that oil up too. Alright, I'm going to grab a plate. And I'm going to transfer that eggplant to this plate while I fry that ground beef. I don't know. Farm Journal? You have to do a little better than that. But now it says we're going to add the ground beef. We're going to add a pound of ground beef to that skillet. Get this and crumble it up and we're frying it. And we're going to add 2 cups of onion. And in my food processor, I just chopped up 2 large onions. So we're going to put that in there. That's a lot of onion. Y'all gonna watch me make a mess out of this recipe? I hope not. Get that cooked. And the fan, there's a fan running on this thing. I guess it's supposed to do that, but is it too noisy? Can y'all hear the fan running on my induction top? I'm going to stop you, and I'll bring you back when I get this meat browned up. How about that? To speed us up a little bit so you won't have to watch me do everything. I'll be back. Well, I come back after cooking that ground beef and onions. There's no more pink in that. So now I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. And I want a pound can of tomatoes, but I've got my home can. So I'm going to put some of them. Not sure if I'll put them all because it seems like my skillet's getting full. And I'm going to put 1/3 of a cup of rice. I think I heard my husband come in. And 1½ teaspoons of garlic salt. And what else? Salt and pepper. Teaspoon of salt. And 1/4 of a teaspoon of pepper. Now, let's give that just a little stir. Stir that in there. I wasn't sure if it's all going to fit in my skillet or not, but it did. That's all the ingredients. Going to bring it up to a boil again. Kind of simple. It wanted it layered in a casserole dish, but since I think I'm just going to scooch that eggplant around to this skillet and use this as my casserole. I think I've got 5 big slices, so I think I'm just going to put them down there and layer it. No point in messing up another dish. I'm going to put some of that meat and tomatoes back on there. And the top of those I'm putting in there. I think that'll work just fine for our lunch today. Get one more. They kind of shrunk, so there. I put the eggplant back in there. Let's just make sure I kind of get them covered over. You can't even see that eggplant. Now I'm gonna. Can you see it? You can't see the eggplant because it's all hidden in there. Now, and it's hot and bubbly, so now I'm going to put it in the oven for cover and bake in a 350-degree oven for an hour. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to turn that off. Give me some foil and cover it. I think since it's full, I'm going to put it on on a large cookie sheet or pizza sheet or something. I'll come back and we'll taste test it and we'll see how it is.